One of the primary benefits of RGB keyboards is their extensive customization options. Users can typically choose from millions of colors and various lighting effects, allowing them to tailor the keyboard's appearance to their preferences. This customization can range from simple static colors to dynamic patterns and animations. Number 1. We have Redragon K552 Mechanical Gaming Keyboard RGB. Enthusiasts opined about this product. I had been contentedly using basic keyboards for years at work and home, without a second thought. Then, a few weeks ago, a colleague introduced me to the world of mechanical keyboards. At first I thought it was a little bit stupid that this was even a thing to be excited about. But immediately after talking to that person, I knew I needed to have one. This is why Prime exists. It was a purchase that couldn't wait. I've always liked the feeling of those old-school IBM keyboards. I'm not much of a gamer, but I do use a keyboard all day long for work programming, writing documents, endlessly revising wording in controversial emails, etc. So why not invest in a keyboard that makes me a little happier during the time? I chose this keyboard because it had the clicky blue switches, looked solid, had nice RGB, was tankless, and had an overall good reputation. I was not disappointed when I received it. It feels very satisfying to type on. The tankless form factor is perfect for me. I had never used numpads, but would find it frustrating not to have dedicated arrows, function keys, and insert, home, etc. the way they are here. With the RGB, I find myself sticking to the mode where all keys are one static color. The flashy effects are distracting to me, but might be inspiring to some folks. The typing angle is comfortable with or without the legs extended, but the keyboard slides around the table a bit without them. There was another very similar Redragon keyboard, Vishnu, that I was also considering. I went with the Kumara because it has a more compact form factor. Now that I've been sucked into the mechanical keyboard world, here's what I think I would change. Many other reviewers have already mentioned all of these things. The keyboard has a little bit too much of a gamer look to it, partly due to the font of the keycaps. It sounds like PBT keycaps have a nicer feel to them than the stock halved ones anyway, so I would consider swapping to a custom set at some point. The raised Redragon logo is also a little bit too gamer looking too. I noticed that some other Redragon keyboards have a more subtle logo. A detachable cable, and maybe Bluetooth, would be nice too. I enjoy the clicky switches a lot, but am curious to try tactile but non-clicky switches which are apparently a little less obnoxious in an office environment. Like many folks, I have been working from home during COVID. Maybe I would go with a white keyboard too. Number 2. HyperX Alloy Origins Core Tankless Mechanical Gaming Keyboard. The enthusiasts opined about this product. Thoughts. 1. The LEDs are really bright. The only other company on par with this are the Logitechs. The LEDs just look phenomenal and are true to color, unlike many competitors. 2. The alloy frame is solid and just screams quality. The only thing I don't like is that the keyboard is really thin overall. I prefer to use a wrist rest, and I think it will be difficult to find one thin enough to truly match this keyboard's height. 3. The switches are really nice. I got the red linear and they are buttery smooth. They don't really thok but are relatively quiet. NZXT might be quieter but are higher pitched. Steel Series was lower titched but very thocky, if you like that. 4. The PBT keycaps feel great, but the legends on the symbol keys look a little gamery and not really crisp, e.g. looks pretty trash. 5. The stabilizers are really the big problem. There is more lateral play than I would really like, my right shift is pretty wobbly and they are really rattly. Such a stupid oversight for what is otherwise a really well thought out product, particularly since they chose to make it not hot swappable. 6. It's not hot swappable. I don't really want to swap the keys out, but it would be nice to have the freedom to do a little light modding, like replacing the stabilizers with something that isn't trash. All in all, after trying several competitors, NZXT, Steel Series, Logitech, Royale Clutch, this is likely what I will keep. The Techwear Phantom Plus is on back order, so I haven't been able to do a comparison of that yet. Update: I followed a YouTube tutorial on how to basically do a variant on the Band-Aid mod for this keyboard that significantly helped the stabilizer issue. While the stabilizers could use some lube, the main problem is that they are just way too loose on the top plate. I partially pulled up the stabilizers by unclipping them from the top plate. Then, I cut some really thin strips of electrical tape and used some tweezers to feed them through the part where the clip is, and then clamped the stabilizer down on top of the very end of the tape. This made the stabilizers more snug with the top plate, and I think the rest of the tape is sort of under the stabilizer and the padding it from the PCB. This has made it so the longer keys have a lot less play in them and they are also quieter. I am still trying to decide if I will use a syringe to inject some Crytex on the stabilizer bar and maybe the housing. For now, this was a good enough fix and I recommend others give it a try. Now number 3. Razer Huntsman Mini 60% Gaming Keyboard. Enthusiasts opined about this product. The standout feature of the Huntsman Mini is undoubtedly its analog optical switches. The adjustable actuation allows me to fine-tune the keyboard's responsiveness to suit my playstyle. Whether I'm in the midst of an intense FPS match or navigating a complex strategy game, the analog optical switches deliver a level of precision and control that I didn't know I was missing. The rapid trigger mode takes things to the next level, providing a tactile and audible click that is incredibly satisfying. The responsiveness of the keys is instantaneous, giving me a competitive edge in fast-paced gaming scenarios. It's a feature that truly sets the Huntsman Mini apart from other gaming keyboards. The 60% form factor is a revelation in terms of portability. The compact design not only saves desk space but also makes it an ideal companion for gaming on the go. The keyboard's compact size doesn't compromise functionality, as every key is within easy reach, and the double-shot PBT keycaps ensure durability and a comfortable feel with every press. The RGB lighting is, as expected from Razer, mesmerizing. The customizable lighting profiles add a dynamic and immersive element to my gaming setup. Whether I'm in the mood for a subtle glow or a vibrant light show, the Huntsman Mini delivers on the RGB front. Build quality is exceptional, with the black matte finish exuding a sleek and premium feel. The keyboard feels robust, and the construction inspires confidence in its longevity. It's clear that Razer has paid attention to every detail, from the key switches to the overall design. In conclusion, the Razer Huntsman Mini 60% analog gaming keyboard is a compact marvel that combines innovative technology with a sleek design. Whether you're a competitive gamer or simply appreciate a top-tier keyboard, the Huntsman Mini is worth the investment. It's a portable powerhouse that has elevated my gaming sessions to new heights. Highly recommended for anyone looking to up their gaming keyboard game. 4 is EPOMAKEREP 64 60% mechanical keyboard. The enthusiasts opined about this product. I really like this keyboard, especially for the price. For what is important to me, it really nails it. The keycaps are nice and thick and add to the overall reassuring feel that the keyboard has. I was worried about the lack of arrow keys with this being a 60% layout keyboard, but I found that I can change the layout to Onboard Mode 1, and the Alt, Menu, Control, and become the arrow keys, and if I need to use any of those keys, which I rarely do, then I can access them with the Function key again. I found this way of doing things, using the FN key to access another layer, to be pretty nice and within my first day of use already more convenient than having to move my wrist and find keys on a standard layout or even a tenculus. As for the Gateron blacks that I ordered this in, I really find them nice to type on compared to my blue style keyboards and my Gateron red keyboard. I found that I didn't like how light the keys felt. I really prefer these Gateron blacks over what I've used previously, and I've not found them to be fatiguing like other people find switches that require more force to type on. The bottom housing, or shell of the keyboard, is also nice, with it being so thick, and whatever plastic it's made out of seems really solid to me. As for programmability, I can't comment on, but for me it isn't a feature that I need, considering I have it working the way I want it to. In the picture I have the light set all the way up, but for me I usually have it set way darker. I've also personally like how the plastic is raised a bit on the sides, as it makes it easier to use the keys on the edges and also lets me rest the sides of my hand on the board, which is something my previous keyboards didn't have. Last, number 5. Logitech G Wireless Gaming Combo. Enthusiasts opined about this product. The Logitech G715 is a great product. Although it may be considered pricey to some, it is totally worth the price point, as it is a luxury keyboard that has some amazing features and an overall aesthetically pleasing build. I have owned a few custom-built keyboards, and I still see the G715 as being worth the price, and has been, by far, my favorite pre-built keyboard. The board feels well built and solid, the linear switches sound nice and have a wonderful reaction time. The board itself has an overall low latency response time, which makes it feel nice and crisp to play with. The keys, media keys, and volume wheel all light up beautifully to match the colors of any setup. It has an overall unique design, having rounded edges and an underlight on the keyboard, which sets it apart from many of the boards on the market. This board can be run wireless with a dongle connection or with Bluetooth, which is one of the biggest perks by far, as it can be run with your PC, phone, or tablet. The only flaw I saw in the board is the battery life does not seem close to what it is advertised as. The battery life is advertised as being 30 hours long, however is closer to 15. Of course, this isn't a huge issue, as most people will not be using it for that extended period of time. Overall, this is a great pre-built keyboard that would be a great addition to a white setup, and is definitely worth the price if you are considering.